Alright guys, I had a P0125 code on my 4.6 Expedition thermostat. Not real hard. Right there. Follow your top radiator hose and it's right there. So let's show you how you get to it. First thing we're going to do, take these 3 bolts out. This one is already out. I didn't do that yet. But there's 2 on this driver's side, 1 on the passenger side. They are 10 millimeters. So go ahead and start taking them off. Once these bolts are out here, this cover will just lift up, set it down. Then you have to get this intake piping off. There are 2 flathead screws that you undo. Very easy. I hate flatheads as well, but you don't want to take them all the way out. I don't know if you can see that is loosening. You do not want to take them all the way out. Oh, that is one of the reasons why I hate flatheads. Loosen it up. Good and loose. Let's go ahead and work it out. And get it off of there. There we go. There's that one. This side's got 2 vacuum lines hooked up. Just unhook those. There's one. This one don't want to come. There we go. Came out, but it came out of that side there. Now, I'm still hooked down here. I did not unhook that. So all I'm gonna do is lift this and just flip it over. Just like that. And right here is my housing. That's it. I've got these 3 bolts to worry about. 1, 2, 3. I'm also gonna have to take this bracket off. So you have 3 8 millimeter bolts right here. There's 1. That one's all the way out now. That's 2. And let's see if it's gonna pick up. Right there is 3. I've already done the job of taking them most of the way out, so that you didn't have to hear me grunt and complain. Let's see. I'm gonna pick up. Oh, I just passed that. 8 millimeter. There's just 3 bolts, and you take this bracket out. So let's go ahead and do that. Since they're all but out now. Ta-da! You have taken that bracket off. You have 2 10 millimeter bolts. There's 1. There's the other one. And they are 10s. Gonna need an extension for this one. Put it on there. Take it off there. Take it off of there. These are quite long. Ready to come out. Like I said, they're quite long. There we go. And before I take the rest of this housing off, I'm going to go ahead and try to clear up a little bit of these lines, because it's going to look like the alien whenever the thing busted out of that guy's chest when I take this thing off. Well, I've already pulled it up and all my stuff doesn't come out, so it's not going to gush out right now. Lift up. Oh, a little bit came out. And there it sits. There's your thermostat right there. I don't know if I can grab it with just my hands. And I'm gonna need a pair of pliers. But that's it right there. So I pulled it out with a pair of pliers. One thing I forgot to note that you should really take note of is, I don't know if that's picking up, there's a drain bucket down there. You're going to make a mess, as you can tell. Pick it up, that black thing there is your gasket. There's the old. And the gasket on these just sits on top. Here's my new one, here's my old one. Let's take a look at them side by side. Oops. Fairly similar. Now that, like I said, that little gasket, there's a little lip right there. This fits just like that. Put this baby in there. I can get it set. So there's the thermostat itself. And then the gasket. And then the housing. If I can line it up. Flat out. And then let's get our bolts. Okay, something I forgot to mention. This has to sit fairly well down in there because, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show it. On the end of this housing, there's a little bit of a lip right there. And you have to clear it to get it to sit in there. So it's actually, you actually got to push that thing in there a pretty good bit. And then let's go ahead and put our bolts in. There's one. There's the other. These are just those 10 millimeters. Let's go ahead and start tightening them down. Okay, so this may just be my preference. I've already tightened this one down, but it's not snug. I'm gonna snug this one up, but I've tightened this one. I'm gonna snug this one, and then I'm gonna snug that one. So, that's just my preference. That was pretty good. I just like doing it better that way. I feel like it's a better fit. Oh, if I can keep it on there. So snug that one down. Let me go back. That one's good. And back on there. And that one's good. Let's get our bracket. Okay. We're just gonna slide our bracket back up under there. Get our 3 bolts. There's one 8 millimeter. Two 8 millimeters. Oop. Don't tighten one down until you get them all 3 in there, because this power steering reservoir tends to shift. And the 3rd one is back here. If I can get it in there. There it is. Let's tighten these down. 3 8 millimeters are tight on there. Now let's get our intake piping back up in here. Try not to tear it up. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. I may not can. Let's cut to a break. And we got our 2 vacuum lines that we have to hook up. Now, this one I unhooked from here this time. Normally I unhook it from there, but it didn't want to come out. This one right here is fairly loose. If it comes out and feels really loose, it hooks up right there on top of that valve cover. Right there, that's it. And then we'll just take our flathead, tighten these gadgets back up. Okay. Oh no. Well, now I don't want to stay. There it goes. Now I'm going to put our cover back on. Cover back on. There's 3 bolts. 1 there. And 2 there. But I've only got 2. For whatever reason. It was this one. And this one. Not gonna be as lucky with this one, I guess. There we go. This is in there. Gonna put some coolant in it, because remember, this old girl's gonna be thirsty from dumping all that coolant out everywhere. Now, I'm not gonna do how much coolant to put in here because everybody's gonna be different. You know, you may dump a lot, may not dump a lot. Put some coolant in there, run it a few times, because if these things get air in these lines, you can throw another code. I don't think it's overheating or whatever. And that code is no fun because it's like a 4-cylinder misfire code, like all 4 cylinders misfire. Ugh, that code is terrible. So make sure you don't get no air in this line. And then fill your deal up right there. And don't do this hot. Alright, so unfortunately I ran out of light, but there she sits. The old 4.6. Just be sure you check your coolant levels and then run it for a little bit and you'll be done. That's it. It's a thermostat in a 2000 Ford Expedition.